The stakes are raised as we come to our big co-main event, the grudge match for the middleweight world title.
Redemption and evolution, certainly one of the most classic storylines in sports, is representative of what Matt Hallam wants to do here tonight.
That's right, he's on a big winning streak. He's an absolute beast, but there's an itch he can't scratch at the moment, and that's his loss to the man he's facing in the cage tonight.
And he believes that his confidence in the skills and that will that he possesses will be the difference here tonight on the biggest stage in Europe. And in mixed martial arts, Malcolm, a guarantee to get that world title by any means necessary.
Well, we saw him at BAMMA 25 with a big first-round TKO of Alexander Bergman. He's not used to going the distance. He doesn't go outside the second round. He is so strong.
And with all those wins, courtesy of that voracious kickboxing, crazy switch hitting, and more importantly, that win streak of 3 TKO victories in a row. He's training at one of the very best gyms, one of the most forward-thinking gyms in the world in London Shoot Fighters, and he knows that it's his time now to shine under the bright lights in BAMMA.
Yes, according to Matt Hallam, history is history. He's here now. Standing between Hallam and the belt is the Black Mamba, Yannick Bahati. He's been very vocal, Chris. He doesn't think Hallam's changed. He said it was easy last time, I'll do the same again.
And some men believe that they were born for winning championships. Yannick Bahati, absolutely all that. And after an incredible world tour of winning a belt, he's back in Birmingham, his hometown, returning to the biggest show in Europe, that's BAMMA. And tonight, he believes in his hometown, that belt will be his as well.
And Chris, in their first battle, it was an absolute war. It was a seesaw war, and then it was finished with devastating punches and elbows by this man.
Yannick has been working on his Muay Thai. He's been fine-tuning his grappling. He sees the threats that Hallam possesses, but he knows, given the history between these two, he can come out on top no matter what Matt has to throw at him. That is a confident man.
And in all his interviews, he's baited Hallam with that fact, hasn't he?
100%. The Black Mamba is here to do business. Swift, fast, long combinations. Very, very accurate. Unorthodox as well on the ground. If he gets there, he's got submission game as well to back up on. This guy has a championship mindset, and tonight he puts it all on the line at BAMMA 29, live for the packed-out fans in the Genting Arena.
And ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, the rivalry is real. There's genuine dislike here as these two men battle for this middleweight world title.
And Bahati has been so adamant that he's been hard at work. I'm going to go out there and bully the bully. The pressure is on, but I'm more dangerous everywhere. And that's what gets me excited about this contest, Malcolm, because both men can finish, and finish in a big way.
We look at the tail of the tape, apart from an 11-year age gap, everything else is perfectly balanced. Both over 6 foot tall, both with only 2 losses. With the world title up for grabs, would you bet the farm on the heavy-handed Hallam? Or will the Black Mamba sink his fangs into the farmer boy again and take the belt tonight? Let's go to BAMMA's man on the mic, Buddy Johnson, to find out.
Live on tape, ladies and gentlemen, this is BAMMA 29 at the Genting Arena in Birmingham, England. This is the co-main event of the evening. 3 5-minute rounds of professional MMA in the middleweight division. This is for BAMMA's vacant middleweight world title. Challenger versus challenger. Our officials are ready. Our fighters are ready. Fight fans in the arena, make some noise if you're ready! Introducing your first challenger for the title, standing in the blue corner, at 6 feet 3 inches tall, and weighing officially at 185 professional record of 6 wins with just 2 defeats. Fighting out of Boston, Lincolnshire, England, he is Matt Boy Hallam! And his opponent in the red corner, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing officially at 184.6 pounds with a professional record of 7 wins with just 2 defeats. Fighting out of Eddington, West Midlands, England, he is Yannick Bahati! When this co-main event begins, your referee in charge is Mr. Mark Goddard.
Okay, gents, you understand the rules you're fighting under. You listen at all times, keep yourself protected. When I say stop, you stop. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Let's do this.
As the cage door shuts, you can listen to this crowd here in Birmingham. Both men, huge support, Chris, for this, the BAMMA Middleweight World Title.
Hallam, who believes it's a perfect opportunity, and Bahati, who is supremely confident that Hallam will not be able to do anything different from last time around. The rematch up at stake, the world title here in BAMMA.
Oh yes, it's not just pride anymore, the most prestigious strap on the line here. And again, Bahati, one of the things that he was so adamant about is just the range, but Hallam, just as he did in the first bout, asking questions of him immediately. Heavy, heavy hands.
And you can see what I mean about that switch hitting. He's constantly changing stances and loading up for power. He'll use kicks, swap, and then come in with punches, or that snap kick from the rear. He landed that a couple of times. I think Bahati felt that. Bahati knows he's dealing with a different animal here.
Well, you saw the loose limbs, the loose shoulders. He rolled them there. Hallam is playing games with him here. He's showing him how confident he is. He's dropping the hands. He's coming in fast. He's moving very smoothly indeed. Big, big start from the farmer boy.
But it was similar last time around. Bahati had to weather the early storm. And he looks pretty cool, calm, and collected. He's very loose. You just can't get too complacent in there because the farmer boy has got power.
One thing we found from the first bout though, Chris, is Yannick has got a chin of iron. He soaked up that pressure, soaked it up. Some of those shots I was looking at thinking, how is he still there? And then when his moment came, those vicious downward elbows.
You can see already Hallam's trying to bait him in with some of those upper body feints. Hands low, a false sense of distance. If Bahati comes in a little bit too hot straight, I think that would be the counter the farmer boy is looking for here.
And that counter will double the impact, which is what I know you're alluding to, Chris, just like that.
And a roar from the packed out fans in the bleachers as the Black Mamba strikes back.
Well, he blinked and then he fired his own shots. This is the war we thought we would get. This is the war we wanted, and they're giving it to us right here in round 1.
The hype and the bad blood is real. I think that left hook actually clipped Hallam. Bahati's in stalking mode. I like the forward pressure. Hallam is dangerous in space, particularly at kicking distance. Bahati's got to keep his guard tight, mind his defense, and then look for that counter. Because Hallam has a slight speed advantage, it seems, here with the hands.
And he's trying, as you said, to lure Bahati on and break his rhythm. Just when he sees Bahati go forward, that's when he'll switch, and he'll switch punch as well. All this are distraction tactics, Chris, but when he decides for either that jumping knee or the big hands, and it worked to perfection for Hallam in that point.
Beautiful switch up there to the midsection. He actually launched in with his left leg and then rammed in the right knee. He'll actually swap stances and throw techniques simultaneously. Wow, would you look at the speed? Matt Hallam is on fire in there, but Bahati is also accurate, patient, stalking.
My one concern from Hallam is exactly the same as the last fight. It hasn't stopped Bahati just continually walking forward, soaking up the pressure, remaining calm. We saw him do it last time, and he's still there, and he still looks the same here, 4.5 years later.
Nice 1-2, 1-2 there from Bahati. It's basic stuff, but fundamentals win fights. And Hallam looks without a doubt the more flashy and more varied fighter as far as his combinations go right now, but Yannick Bahati is still in this contest.
Yes, Hallam loose-limbed, breaking up the rhythm. I love his broken rhythm here, but again, now, Bahati's playing him his own game there.
Check hook there from Bahati. gonna try to catch Hallam circling into that. A little bit of flim-flam there.
Oh, that's mind games, Chris. They're both playing them, and they're both mirror images and using the same tactics. Bahati is coming back at Hallam with just the same thing. This is perfectly balanced. It's beautiful.
I love the fact that Bahati's using that body kick. 60 seconds to go on the clock, and we see the clinch shrugged off by the farmer boy.
That could have been vital if Bahati got a takedown at that point in the round, Chris, because we're inside the last minute, and they've both had their successes. Although I must say, if I was a judge, Hallam would be more eye-catching for me at the moment.
Nice movement there. I like the fact that Matt Hallam is constantly adjusting off the center line. He'll throw a combination, he'll pivot, he'll shift. He's changing the angles on his attacks and, more importantly, his exits from distance.
Yes, Chris, he is the more eye-catching fighter in this opening round, and he's landing successfully. The speed's with him, as you said. My one concern in what's been a textbook round for him is the look of Bahati. He still hasn't looked as if he's been under pressure. He's not been hurt, he's not marked up, and he's still coming forward.
Nice kick there from Bahati. He is such a balanced fighter. He's always in position to deliver power, but more often than not, Matt Hallam is beating him to the strike. From the in or the out fighting. You notice the way he comes in and then exits. He's anticipating the counter, and he's trying to evade. End of the round. What a round here in Birmingham.
It was superb, Chris. And I think early in the round, you can see what we're talking about the timing and the distance from Hallam to get things going his way.
And this fight is certainly all about distance management. You can see why. The farmer boy started to have his way, but the Mamba established the patterns and then came up with an own improvisation on the fly. That's intelligent fighting. That is world title fighting.
And that's what you saw from Bahati there. He turned it on his head, realized what was going on and changed it around. Now, across the full round, I think the eye-catching work that will sway the judges is from Hallam. But look at Bahati here, so calm, so cold, still walking his man down. And as we saw 4.5 years ago, he's got a chin of iron and a devastating finish. Hallam will have to continue this possibly for 3 rounds, which we never thought we'd see here.
That's really important when you consider the fact that you've got to prepare for a 3-round contest. Both fighters gas in the tank, looking to pour the octane on.
Well, Hallam started fresh and fast in the opener. Can he do the same here in the second? The tactics certainly the same, but Bahati, you feel, waiting his moment. And we saw when that moment comes, the Black Mamba really strikes.
And again, Hallam back to that stance swapping. Oftentimes when it's open stance, when it's a left foot forward versus a right foot forward, you'll see both fighters look for that kick to the body. There's a lot more momentum. Right now, closed stance, left foot plays left foot. But now, open stance, watch for that body kick from one of these two.
That's exactly why Hallam switches, Chris, is for that. He stays loose, he switches, fakes, and then wings that left leg in to the midsection. And Bahati's just beginning to get wise to it. And we've said many times before, foot placement at this level is so vital. And you notice how Bahati is looking just to get on that outside there of Hallam. But it's difficult because Hallam switch stances so often.
He's got to keep mixing things up. It's working. You know, it's scoring points against a very proficient kickboxer in Bahati. And sometimes some of those techniques are actually throwaway techniques. They're not actually intended to land. They're just to try to gauge a response and then, of course, come in with a more punishing counter.
And again, what he did beautifully there was lure Bahati on. That right hand then doubles up in impact. It's a dangerous game, but he's playing it well. And his broken rhythm is upsetting Bahati. He's not able to settle. He's not able to get a rhythm going because Hallam, as you can hear, the crowd responds, is dictating and now starts to really push forward.
Hallam surging here in BAMMA, looking there for the big shots as Bahati clasps the double leg and puts him down to the ground. What a fight!
Oh, superb stuff, Bahati, the perfect response, and now he has Hallam's back. This is an incredible response for the Black Mamba, and listen to the crowd respond themselves.
What an atmosphere and what a shift in the winds as the Black Mamba dives on the farmer boy, looking to lock around that neck. He's working in that right arm. You can see a grimace there from the farmer boy trying to fight off this submission attempt. And what Bahati has done well here is he's actually holding on to one hook by crossing his ankles. And then he's going to go right to the choke. Can he get it? Can he get the submission here? Looking for the big squeeze. And he's squeezing up to top.
The Black Mamba has done it again. History repeats itself. But this time, it's for the world middleweight title. The Black Mamba strikes again to devastating effect, Chris.
thrown into adversity, and once again defeating the odds, coming back in style and in devastating fashion. The Black Mamba gets it done again in BAMMA.
Chris, it was discipline. When Hallam turned up the heat, he didn't let his ego take over and stand and bomb and trade with him. He did the right thing. He took him down, and he was so efficient when he did so. He waited. The big right came over. He slipped underneath it. He didn't stand and trade with the heavy-hitting farmer boy, and he got the result again. He was confident beforehand, and rightly so.
Two incredible challengers, but tonight in Birmingham, there can only be one. And the 27-year-old standout Bahati, a triumphant return to the organization and a stellar performance tonight at BAMMA 29.
Our referee, Mark Goddard, called a stoppage to this bout at 2 minutes and 19 seconds of the second round. To your winner by submission, and BAMMA's new middleweight champion of the world, Yannick